mean, it's not difficult. There's nothing here that's really hugely difficult. The intensive and encapsulating it. Making sure everything here should come out that's wood, paper, anything that's made of cellulose should come out. Clean it up completely. Put the moisture barrier down. Put gravel if you want to. You don't have to, but you can put gravel on top, or if you wish, you don't have to. But at least the plastic 6 mil minimum moisture barrier. And you know, if you can seal these openings as much as possible in the concrete and seal it, and then if you want to dry lock it or thorough seal it or something like that, that would be ideal. Now, I'm not saying you have to do that, but the more you do, the better. What should absolutely, unquestionably be done is remove all the moldy material now, all the wood material, even if it looks good, just take it out and put plastic moisture barrier down and clean and seal this thoroughly and repair whatever needs to be repaired under there to make sure that it should be thoroughly blasted or cleaned or scrubbed or something, and then seal it. Now you can do this by hand. Professionally speaking, you know, it's a little bit of money, but I want to make this very clear, and I'll make it clear to upstairs too, that everybody knows I do this kind of work. But I'm not saying this because I'm looking for the work, you understand? Right now I'm your inspector, and I'm just telling you that whoever's doing the work, the right way to do it is to clean this down. Professionally, we use like a blasting machine, and it literally just cleans up the mold and cleans up the wood, and then we encapsulate it. But you don't have to. You can do it by hand. You can do it by hand.
Just scrub it down real good.
Just scrub it down real good. Get some friends or some couple guys, and you get the wire brush and you scrub it, and then get a nylon brush and scrub it out with some good cleaning, a good degreaser. After you use that, spray it down with vinegar water or spray it down with hydrogen peroxide, and then dry the wood out thoroughly with a dehumidifier. You need a dehumidifier in this basement constantly, especially during the summer months. If not a dehumidifier, you can use the other system that,
Humidex.
The Humidex type system. You could use that as well. But I think I'd go with the dehumidifier only because if all the mold is not removed, it will spread it a little bit more. But you can still go with it, just that you have to check it every once in a while for the first couple of years to make sure nothing is spreading. And then the whole basement can be sprayed down with bleach or biocide or whatever, you know, something that will kill bacteria molds, just to make sure. And because normally when this work is done, the ideal way to do it is you put a machine in that sucks the air from inside outside. This is recording.
Yeah.
No, it's fine if it's recording.
I'm not taking notes. So.
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's fine with me. I just want you to just to.
You're telling me a lot of stuff I need to keep.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm happy you're recording.
Right.
So the ideal way is normally after you've done the work, you take the air that's inside and you suck it outside. And that's a special machine that filters it and then throws the remainder outside. And that way, any excess mold in the air is now expelled outside, and then you can control whatever mold may ambiently come in and out. So, I don't suppose that was done, but definitely, yeah, this needs to be, at the minimum, this needs to be cleaned and scrubbed and sanitized and then encapsulated, thoroughly encapsulated. I mean, heavy encapsulant, and keep everything bone dry down here with a plastic moisture barrier. That's the minimum. If you want to then afterwards seal the walls or, you know, that's a good idea, but it's not an absolute 100% must, but it's a good idea.
Tom said we should seal the walls first and then do the barrier, and then go up the walls with the plastic barrier as well.
Well, what I would suggest is you're going to insulate the floor, I presume, eventually?
Up here?
Yeah. Because you can do the same thing with the walls. Put high-R, or what they call a styrofoam board, rigid board insulation. You can put it at the bottom of this, right through, or you can put it up here. Actually, in this case, I think it'd probably be better to put it here, and then put it, same thing on the boards, on the walls.
And that'll keep the moisture out as well.
It will insulate it and keep the moisture out as well. It's not you know, it's still a good idea to seal the cracks and, you know, do all that. That would be ideal.
But to paint it with that sealant?
I think in this particular case, I'm not saying it's not a good idea. That will work. It will help a lot. But I think what you need more than anything is insulation. So I would seal the cracks. If you want to paint it, you can do that.
And then put
The board on.
the foam board.
The foam board, yeah.
And what's to stop like moisture getting in on the other side of it and then mold growing in between the board and the wall that we can't see?
No, you don't have to worry because mold does not typically grow on concrete.
Okay.
It does, you will see it on concrete once in a while only because of the oils or some organic material that is on the concrete, so it'll start to grow there. But before you do all of that, you're going to spray it down with a biocide and, you know, clean everything up. You can use bleach for the concrete if you want to. It'll work better on the concrete. And you can just, you know, do a light scrub with a brush on it. And then once you've gotten rid of any organic material on it, you don't have to worry. And even if it does, the board will keep it from becoming airborne. It's not going to be anything much to worry about. So 99.9% you don't have to worry about the concrete with mold. It's only if you put wooden organic material like boards or anything that's made of cellulose or organic, then if you put that there, then that could be an issue. So I'm not saying don't use the sealant. You can, the paint sealant. That's fine. But I'm suggesting that I think the best thing to do is you put the rigid board insulation. That would be ideal. It's more expensive though. The paint is cheaper, but it does work to help keep moisture from coming through, but you still would have to fill up some of these openings, like this one. So that one needs to be filled with hydraulic cement, that opening. As many as you can. You don't have to go crazy, but as much, the closer, the drier you can keep it, or the more sealed that you can keep it, the better.
Do you think there could have been any infiltration of mold beyond that far wall in the addition area underneath? Because there's cement under
there. I think
there.
there's cement there. I don't think you have a problem to worry about that.
Okay.
The problem right now that I see is here and this area
Under the
here.
bathroom, yeah.
Yeah, and I would recommend that, you know, the air that's under here, before you do the final cleanup, the final sealing, I mean, clean it up first, and then just at the end, either if you're going to do it yourself, put a fan in the door there and suck as much of the air here inside, outside, then close everything up, put a dehumidifier here and dry it to the point that the wood is extremely dry. You want to get the wood down to 10, 12% moisture content. And once you do that, then it should help a lot to solve the problem, to abate the mold. Upstairs, I can't tell you what's in the walls, how they did the walls. You know, if the only way to know that, I'd have to run an air test, and that would give me a better idea of what's in the air.